we hit the lists button. So the basic purpose of list is to segment the database by a certain preference or a criteria, and then proceed with your marketing activities or your sales activities based on that segment. For instance, let's say if I want to separate out the people belonging to a specific company or specific industry, and I want to target them for my email marketing activities. So I will apply the filter based on the industry within my existing database to separate out all the existing contacts. And then whenever I am sending out an email or doing any other activity, I will just have to select that list instead of selecting each contact that verifies my criteria. So a working demonstration of it could be that we are here in the list section and we can create a list, right? Now here you can see that you can create the segments based on the contacts or the company or the deals. Let's explore the contact based segmentation, and the companies and deals would just be similar to this one. Here you can have two current options, which is the active list and the static list. The static list as itself says that this list won't be updated. Once you have applied certain filters, it will just stay as it is, and no further data analysis or data upgradation won't happen on this. However, within the active list, it is a dynamic list and the records keep changing over time. For instance, if let's say if I have applied the industry segment, and for some companies or some contacts have moved out of that criteria, so the active list will keep track of it and automatically remove it from the list. Currently, let's explore the static list because we have a very limited database right now. And so we will proceed with just, let's say, a very simple filter, and we will go on for this. Rather a demo. So we're creating a static list demo for contacts. We will hit the next button. Here you can see some filters and how we can proceed with the next. So we're going to create and add a filter. As you can see that the current filtering is enabled for the contact object, right? So this is how we want to proceed. Within this contact object, we have either we want to apply the filters on the contact properties or any of other interactions that we have. Marketing emails, let's say if some contact has clicked on or subscribed to my newsletter, and then I want to create a list, then that would basically be an active list. That would be more specific to that. But here, if we're now just opening the functionality and discovering it, so let's say we currently have had our contacts, where two of our contacts were basically Smith, right? So their last name was Smith. So I'm just going to create a very simple static list based on the last name. We hit the contact properties, and you will see all the properties associated with the list, right? So we have contact activity, we have sales properties, deal information, but I just want to focus on the last name. So we hit the last name. Here it is in the contact information. As you can see that this is equal to, we can select any of this if it contains or is exactly equal to something, or any other filter that I want to apply. That gives me a more control on controlling the lists. Okay, so okay, is that equals to basically. Okay, now you can see I just want to target out people who have a last name Smith, and here you can see that my filter is already taking out those two people who are existing in my system, and I've created a list. Now let's say if we want to add other filters, and let's just try and add one company maybe, and I want to see the contact properties or email address. Let's say we want to add the email address, right? And I say it contains any of, let's say we created it for Tom Hanks. So let's try to figure that out. Okay, contains any of, rather a contains filter. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so here you can see is that the AND filter basically has to fulfill both of these properties. However, I wanted to use the or filter that I was reflecting, so I will just remove the and button from here, and I will click on the contact properties, and we go for the email. Let's say the email contains hints, right? Okay, our email is equal to, yeah. So you can see that within my contacts, I have applied two filters. Either their last name is Smith or their email address contains a chunk of hints. So this or functionality has looked for either of these filters, and whatever contact has verified against this criteria, it has included in my current list. Now I have this list, I just clicked on Save List, and we have created our first list. Similarly, you can explore multiple filters, and obviously taking in consideration the or and functionality. And then while proceeding with other email or any of other activities, marketing activities, you can include this specific list and proceed with your activities.